This evening we're going to revisit the ceiling fans in the garage, the controls. I'm going to put back this Leviton fan speed control, which I believe is an infinite range control, and we're going to see how bad the noise is. I remember when I first set up these fans, I set it up with either this control or one similar to it in form factor, and I didn't keep it like that for any length of time because I was too turned off by the amount of noise that it made. But the existing speed control is making the fans somewhat worthless because it doesn't run them fast enough on the medium or high speeds to really move much air, and then the high speed of course is off the charts. So we really need something in between. I eventually would like to design, if I find that this is too loud, I'd like to design a custom capacitor control, but I haven't gotten around to that and I have no idea when I will. So in the meantime, since I'm going to be doing a lot of work in the garage over the next couple of days, I want to set this back to the variable speed control and see how bad the noise is under normal circumstances. I have a feeling it's going to be not favorable to me, but we'll see. The only way to find out is to try it. I know the lighting is not the best in this video. It is what it is. I should have done this during the day, I guess. Alright, so another note about this control is that some people are insistent upon the fact that this control does not work properly because it has two fans on it. And while there is truth to the fact that the fan will run slower when you have two or three as opposed to one, some motors just don't respond well to certain controls. For example, the fan in the kitchen, or the fan in the living room area, or the dining room area rather, operates the same way these fans do. Very slow low, kind of not much faster medium, and then a big jump to high. It's on a very similar control. It's just a matter of how certain motors respond to the controls. It doesn't mean it's set up wrong. It doesn't mean that there's too many fans or whatever. It's just the way it is. So let's try this. I'm pretty sure that this is variable speed. I really don't think I'm going to like this, but we'll give it a shot. Don't have a lot of space to work with inside this box. If one of these wires breaks, there's not enough slack to just pull in some more and redo it. So I really don't want to keep swapping out the controls on this. That was pretty easy. We might have to adjust the trim. I have no idea where it's set. I don't recall if this was the control I used or if I had tried it differently. It doesn't really make any difference. And I've just been kind of leaving it like this and maintain the... I suppose I could get a single plate that's commercial grade like that to match. Oh gosh, this control blows. The whole apparatus is all loose. What the heck is that about? Is this busted? Oh no, I'm not using that. I don't trust that at all. I gotta find a different one. I can't find another switch that's for fans, but we'll just use this one to test the concept. We're going to have to adjust the trim. That screwdriver is a little too big. These are going pretty fast on low. Let me go grab a screwdriver to adjust the trim. These are going way too fast. This is probably about the same speed they was going on the control before on low. So let's turn this down. I think it's like totally off now. Try to get the view of both bands. Alright, I'll turn this up until I hear something. That's pretty bad. It's very loud, and this control is not allowing me to turn it down much at all. That's as low as it goes, and I can tell they've already picked up past what I want it to be, this lowest setting. I think this control just stinks. I've got to have one of the Banville ones somewhere. I should just find it. That to me is exceptionally annoying, that sound. I don't want to hear that. I think part of the problem is these fans are mounted so low that you're really going to notice it. That's cool. Where did that go? I needed that. Oh no. Try to slow it down as much as I can before they stall. You don't need this anymore. I had this on because I had to disconnect the power while the other lights were connected with the fan. That's probably about the lowest speed I had before. It never stalled out the way it was before. I feel like it's a little less prone to stall out with the capacitor base versus this variable thing. And the noise level right now is kind of tolerable because it's so quiet. And it kind of like blends in with the humming of the lights. Speaking of which, we can throw a startup of this into the video here. I think we'll leave the low trim there. That seems pretty good. It's a nice slow low. Let's go up a little bit to something more useful. This control stinks. It's like flaky. Yeah, that gets really loud. And it stops once it gets to full speed, but this one seems louder. No, they're the same. It's just a matter of when you stand right under them. And this is definitely more practical because now I can achieve a speed like this where it's moving some air, but it's not obnoxiously loud or blasting. This is full power, and this is just ridiculous. This is like the hottest of summer days. This is probably around where I'd use them most of the time. Enough to be really moving pretty good air, but not outrageously loud. The hum is definitely there, I can hear it, and it's annoying me, but I'll have to see how bad it is over time. You know, I'm noticing it a lot right now, but we're also paying particular attention to the fans. If I was doing something else, could I ignore this in the background, like I do the humming of the lights? Quite possibly. Well, we'll see. I'll leave it like this for a while. I'm probably going to spend a lot of time in the garage tomorrow. I'll leave the fans on somewhere about halfway, and I'll see if it annoys me.